You, like Thomas and I, have children that are now married. Am I right? You got a son.
One. We got
one, and we have children that are now married. So, what advice or what counsel? I know we sometimes don't want to counsel our children because they think we're in the way or we want to be overbearing. So, what advice or what can we tell young couples that are getting married? Since we've been married that long, can share with younger couples or like your own child is married, or we can share with our son and daughter? What advice can we give younger couples today about being married and staying married as long as we've been married?
Well, I'll start. I told my son to be transparent with his wife, to sit and discuss how he's feeling without yelling and being upset about it. And me and her are very close. So I've told her the same thing. Be very transparent. I'm transparent with him. I tell him everything. May not like the way I'm telling it,
okay,
but I'm going to tell it even when he's not listening to me, because I know he hear me.
Okay.
And I'm going to hear, and I'm going to tell it to him because I don't want him guessing. I don't think it's a good thing to think he should know what you're thinking. I think you should tell him so they know point blank, this is what I'm thinking. This hurt my feelings. I don't want you to say it again to me. I don't like this. And I think it should be the same way with him too. Be transparent with each other and tell each other how you feel and what you don't like and what you do like.
Well, here, Warren, in fact, most women, young girls, always look forward to getting married. I don't think I know of any man who say, they dreamed of getting married, okay? But we wind up getting married. So because we don't think of that, we don't dream of marriage, what would you, kind of like in the same vein as what Patrice was saying, what is advice that you would give to a young man today going into marriage for it to be successful?
Make sure you love one another. Make sure you're friends. Because I heard y'all talking about earlier about how it's best to be friends first instead of lovers first. Me and my wife were friends. We went together off and on for 5 years before we got married. And we were the best of friends. Even when we weren't going together, we were still friends. So I would tell any young couple, make sure you're friends. Make sure you have intelligence of each other. Not just know the heart, but know the soul. Because if you know the background of one another, it can actually intertwine you even closer together.
Well, and I'm glad that you even use that word soul, because a lot of times people say, this is my soulmate, but most of the times they actually really mean this is my sex mate. Because I think that to Patrice's point, that once you have that intimacy, before marriage, you can oftentimes confuse that as being a commitment to one another. But if something happens in the relationship where that could slow that intimacy down, that could change that entire dynamic of that relationship. So I'm glad that you said that, because a lot of men, we feel as though that once we get that in our head about that physical relationship, we think that we can be tied to that person. That happens for women too. So I'm glad that you even mentioned that as well.
Yeah.
And even when we talk to couples who are getting married, who are engaged, and we get to the finance part of our sessions that we have, sometimes I'll ask the women, I said, so you've trusted him with your body, but you don't trust him with your money. The two don't make any sense to me, you know what I mean? I would definitely not trust you with my money, and trust you with my body too, because I think my body and my soul is just much more precious than the dollars. But you'd be surprised, he can't touch my bank account, but he's had your body, and so sometimes that doesn't match. But you all made a good point. Thank you so much.
Well, we appreciate you guys. I mean, that's really important to be able to hear this wisdom from a couple that's going to be married 46 years. We really appreciate you guys. We love you. We continue to look forward to you, and we hope that you'll continue to extend yourself to other couples in the same way, sharing your wisdom and your knowledge as well.
And don't put anything else together in the living room and or the dining room.
You know what? I just did the other week. I put up a rack for the basement, but it took me about 20 minutes.
Is it in the basement?
It's
though?
in the basement.
All right, so good.
Matter of fact,
good
I've
progress,
even put
Linda.
extensions on.
Good progress. Good progress. Hey guys, we want to invite you to Marriage Unmasked. That's our married couples retreat that's going to be happening October the 28th through the 30th at the Oakbrook Marriott Hotel. Patrice, why don't you tell us a little bit about what's going to be happening?
We're going to have great speakers, interactive workshop, masquerade ball, and much more. We can't wait to see you. You can register at salemchicago.org. We can't wait to see you and your spouse there. Listen, come have a great weekend with us as we learn about marriage unmasked.
But what's more important is that this is very limited in terms of space. We normally have so many couples, but we've had to make it a lot smaller. So get ready for the intimacy that you'll experience that weekend. So come on and join us. Register right away.